Alright guys, what is going on and welcome to the first episode of my podcast. Now, don't know what I'm going to call this podcast, and I was hoping to make it an hour long, but it's not kind of possible now because my uncle just phoned me and said that I'm going to my uncle's house for dinner tonight with the whole family, so I can't actually do this for an hour, although I would like every episode to be about an hour long. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to talk for, etc. But, we'll see how it goes. And I don't know, this is already kind of hard because there's like no game, no nothing. I'm just literally talking to a camera. I haven't done that for a while since my Kazalex channel. I just want to keep the tone down a tiny bit. I don't want to be shouting into the mic. It's a bit of a chill thing. Anyway, before we start, I've got my notes here fucking organised of what I want to talk about. And it starts off with this podcast in general. But before that, I want to say, what shall I call my podcast? I've got some names down here. I've got the Kaz Clan podcast, which is the worst. Let's face it. The Kazel Crew podcast and the Kazalex Crew or Kazalex Clan podcast. They're shit names. But I was thinking, we need a name. We can't just have the podcast or something. We need a name for the podcast. So if you can think of a name, then by all means, let me know in the comments below. But so. Yeah, this is the podcast. It's going to be shit. This episode's going to be shit. The next few episodes are probably going to be shit. It's kind of hard. I'm not used to this. I don't know how to do it. It's a bit hard to stare into the camera when I've got a light there, my laptop there, I don't have a game to look at. I've got a full-on stare in the camera. But we're going to stop complaining about that shit because otherwise it's just going to be a whole podcast of me complaining, and we're already about 2 minutes almost into the podcast. Right, at least it says there. So anyway. And there's no cuts or anything, so I can't fuck it up. So this is something new, and I'm hoping to do this once every week. We'll see how it goes, guys, and we'll see how long I can make this episode last. Probably about 40 minutes long, but we'll see how it goes. So, something here I wanted to talk about is podcasts, how to listen to them. Okay, now this isn't me going to be telling you how to listen to a podcast. It's just how I listen to podcasts and the reason I've started a podcast. So, as a YouTuber I watch called The Smith Plays, and he's a zombies YouTuber. He plays, if you've ever played Call of Duty, you've seen some content. You've seen it on my channel, hopefully. You've seen me playing zombies. I've been doing the first room challenge, etc. And I need to turn this laptop away, because fucking hell, that is distracting. There we go. So he's a zombies YouTuber, and he plays zombies games. He plays the zombies maps. The zombies mode is what he plays, and he plays it pretty much for every single video, but once every week, he brings out a podcast episode. I'm going to bring this chair up a tiny bit as well. Nope, fucking hell, we're not doing that. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, that should be alright. So yeah, he brings out, let me move this mic. Sorry guys, this is my first time, so I'm kind of struggling a bit. Anyway, he brings out one podcast every week, and I started listening to podcasts, because of him. So I used to watch him a lot. He's my favourite YouTuber by far. I'm not really too into his content now. I don't really watch podcasts much. No, I don't really watch, what am I trying to say? See, this is the problem. There's no cuts, so I can't fuck up, and I need to carry on talking. What I was going to say is, I don't really watch his videos much. I do watch some of his videos, but not really his zombies videos. It's not really I'm into it, but it's not really what I'm watching at the moment. I really only watch him for his podcasts, and he's inspired me to start a podcast. His YouTube account is The Smith Plays. I'll probably leave a link in the description. Probably gonna have to remind myself of that though, because knowing me, I'm gonna be forgetting that shit. So leave description links. The Smith Plays. So yeah, he is who inspired me to do a podcast. Now what I do is I work 3 hours a day. So I work 6:30 to 9:30 Tuesday to Friday. So I only work about 12 hours a week because I've got college and I need to put this on top of college. And I don't work Mondays because I've got football. So what I do is I download this podcast through fucking YouTube, YouTube Converter. You probably used the YouTube Converter before. I just download, I stick his link in there, download the podcast, I put them onto my phone, I just listen to them while I'm at work. I would not be able to, because he does exactly what I do. He does the webcam and shit. Except he has gameplay in the background. So let me know if you guys want me to have gameplay in the background. But yeah, so I put his what was I saying? Yeah, I put his podcast on my phone, and I just get on with my work. I clean a garage in Poole, so I just clean the garage for 3 hours, keep the earphones in to listen to the podcast, and it's about an hour long, so I listen normally 2, and then the last hour I listen to some music or something, because 3 podcasts in one day is a bit too intense. But yeah, so that's what I do. I listen to all his old ones, because I'm still catching up on all his podcasts anyway. So I could not sit there on my phone and or computer or laptop, for etc., and watch his podcast continuously, like just like sit there and watch it for an hour. I couldn't do that. I don't expect any of you to do that for this. So what I recommend, I'll probably leave links in the description. I don't know if I can or not, but I'll try, because I don't know if you leave a YouTube converter link in the description, it might not be you might not be allowed to do that, because I don't know, it's maybe like seen as like, I don't know, maybe YouTube doesn't like that shit. You can like download the YouTube links, but for this, like, it's cool because like you could just like download it and listen to it while you're, I don't know, cleaning the house, do it at work or whatever. You're like have earphones in. It's up to you. I'm not really doing this for the views or anything. Like most videos you do, you hope to get a certain amount of like views and likes and that. You just hope for it, and I hope for it for this, but like I don't care as much. This is more about just me connecting with you guys, and for you guys who actually enjoy listening to podcasts, I know most of you, probably like half or most of you probably are like looking at this, like looking at like, oh, 45 minutes to an hour long. I can't be listening to that. That's some bullshit. I ain't dealing with that. And that's fair enough, because like it took me a while to really get into the gist of like podcasts and doing podcasts, listening to podcasts, etc. So yeah, so I don't expect to get many, maybe some views, it's my first one, but like likes and that, like, you know, it's how many people watch this is really just dependent on who watches it, really. That's all I can say. Maybe all of you watch it, maybe none of you watch it. I hope like some of you watch it though, because it's going to be cool. We're going to sit down, chill, talk. I've got a bunch of topics on my phone that I want to talk about for each podcast. So yeah, sorry if you see me get my phone out now, just I'm looking at topics to talk about. I've got like 10 here that we're going to talk through. Whether we'll get through them all by the time my uncle comes, I'm not sure. He's probably going to come in the next half an hour or something, so we'll see if we can get all of it done. But anyway, guys, so like I don't expect anyone to sit there and look at me through a phone or a laptop and just watch this podcast like entirely from start to finish. If you can, then fucking fair enough on you. But it's more of a thing just to listen to while you're doing something. You know, it's a replacement for music. Sometimes music gets a bit boring. You want to listen to a bit of Kazalex, if you know what I mean. You probably don't know what I mean, but that's how the way I like it. I love podcasts personally. I listen to so many podcasts. Podcasts are life, in my opinion. Like, I learn so much from them. You're not going to learn much from me. I'm a fucking 17-year-old idiot who just does mixed YouTube videos and goes to college and does work. I'm casual life. You're not going to learn anything special from me, but you never know. Maybe we'll just have a good time. If this is a fucking disaster, then I'll probably still carry it on, because I can't even get my words out. I like to slow down my talking as well. I do like the idea of this, and hopefully we can keep it up. So let's jump on to the next topic. So solo podcast / podcast with friends. Basically, majority of my podcast, maybe majority at the moment, because my YouTube channel size, I'm only at like 89 subscribers at the moment. Like I keep going back and forth between 89 subscribers and 90 subscribers. At the moment, it's just going to be solo podcast, so it's just going to be me talking to you guys. But eventually, in the future, I've already got one person. I don't know if you know Dude's Destiny. He's someone that I met on YouTube already. I was like looking around YouTube, just looking at these Destiny videos. Destiny's a game, by the way. I haven't played it on my channel yet, but it's a good game. I don't play it anymore, but I still watch his videos. Yeah, so I was just looking around for Destiny videos, and I came across this guy called Dude's Destiny, and I was watching his video, and I thought it was a really good video, but you only had like at the time, oh god, I don't know, it might have been around like 50 subs, maybe something around that. I can't really remember. It might be more or less. I really don't know. But he was at the same sort of sub as me, and I was like, that's a shame, because he's making really good videos, and it kind of sucks to see people who make good videos but have like a low subscriber rate, like double-digit subscribers. So I just thought, you know what, I'll brighten up his days, making really good videos. The video, I think it's like a tutorial or something, or like it might have been just like an information video, and it helped me out. And I was like, you know what, I left a comment, and he was really grateful for the comment. He was like, oh my god, like thank you so much, like that's so cool, Brian's on my day to have a comment like this. And I was like, oh shit, like this guy's sick. And next thing you know, that's it. I thought that was the end of it. Like I've made this guy's day, like he helped me out, I help him out, that's cool. I was just like chilling, and then he next video I uploaded, he commented on my video, and he was like, oh, I love your content, whatever, stuff like that. And now we're sort of like, we got each other on Skype and that, and we just talk, and like he's cool. So this is, I went off on a bit of a tangent. There's going to be a lot of tangents in this podcast, because I am pretty much the tangent king. But basically, he's going to be joining me on my podcast in a few weeks' time. So me and him, like, basically it will be an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour long, just me and him talking. I'll be asking questions and shit. Just talk, and hopefully make a good episode out of it. So podcasts aren't really about being like, oh, what's up, guys, being like proper entertaining and shit. it's about trying to be entertaining, but it's about like just talking. I'm literally just talking to you. Imagine we're just like mates, we're just sitting and we're just talking. Like that's what a podcast is, except for I'm looking at a camera, which is getting increasingly weird as I continue this podcast. But anyway, that's the gist of it. So moving on, we have my YouTube channel and how I feel about it and why I don't upload daily at the moment. So my YouTube channel is something, probably the best thing. Before I start this, actually, let me get a drink of my water, because like I said, I'm well prepared for this. So my YouTube channel, how I feel about it and why I do not upload daily. Now, my YouTube channel is probably the best thing that I've done. In my life, I'd probably say that the best choice I've made, because this is not my first channel. I have made a lot of you probably know my Kazalex channel that I had before this. But that's a story for another video. I've had about 3 channels before that channel, so like 4 channels before this channel that have just dropped and failed. And that's probably because I was young and the videos were like, well, I'm still young, but I was very young and the videos were very, very shit. But I mean, what can I say? I was just a little kid who wanted to make videos, so I made Call of Duty videos. Oh god, and I did some FIFA videos. It's really bad, and I will show you guys what those channel names. I'll give you guys those channels so you can go look through the fucking disastrous childhood that I had when it came to YouTube. But those channels got like 20 subscribers, and that was just friends from school and that. And I got a lot of shit from it, like, and I still do. Like, people, like, I have mates who go back onto those videos and like send me links, like. And I'm just like, brilliant. Like, I was like some 9-year-old ugly ass kid making videos on Call of Duty and shit. But what I was trying to say is, like, I kept trying, and I did put, like, I didn't put anywhere near as much effort as I have into this channel and my previous channel. But those channels were like, when I was a kid, I liked the idea of it. I had the really, really shitty capture card with the shit quality, and I just record a video, and it was just be terrible. And I had a really, really, I still have a quite, like, not squeaky voice. I don't have like a proper deep voice, but I had a really, like, fucking squeaky voice. And I'm not going to try and imitate it, because that would be dreadful. What I'm trying to say is that channel, those channels even were like me trying to do good on YouTube, but knowing that I never could. Now, this time around, with this Kazalex channel, and I'm sticking at this channel because I love it, it's different. I'm old enough now. I mean, I'm 17 years old now. I'm old enough to know that, like, how to really put some quality in my videos. And people, like, I mean, now that I'm 17, it changes a lot. Back then, when I was like 10 years old, like, no one wants to watch a 10-year-old play COD, for example, if you know what I mean. Like, I might have been a bit older, I was like 10, 11, maybe 12, but no one wants to watch that. No one wants to see a squeaker play COD, and I was shitting. I was alright at it, but, like, it's not, you know what I'm trying to say. Now it's different. Now I've got, like, channel art, for example. I mean, my profile picture for YouTube is still just an X, and it's shit, and I want to get a new one, but I'm just lazy, really. I should get a new one. I will get a new one soon, but right now it's okay. Like, in the next week or 2, hopefully I'll get a new one. We'll see what happens. But the most important thing is, this time I've got a following. So it's a small following, but it's a following nevertheless, and it's an awesome following. You guys are proper active on my videos, and it's like weird to see. You see other YouTubers, they have the same amount of subscribers as me. They have a font, so like they have the same sort of following as me, but it's not like an active following like you guys are. Like, you guys comment on my videos, you like, we can hit like double-digit likes on videos. Like, that's just insane. Like 10, 12. On one video got like 6 dislikes randomly. I have no idea why. It's a bit annoying. And then out of nowhere, 17 likes, which is the most likes I've ever had on this channel, I think. I'm not too sure, but which is just crazy. So you guys obviously saw the dislikes, so like, fuck that, let's like it. 17 likes, that's unreal. And like, it's just crazy. And it just completely destroyed those 6 dislikes. I was like, fuck the dislikes. These likes are insane. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again. So the question was how I feel about it. So how I feel about it, I absolutely love it. I love making videos. I love uploading content. I love getting feedback. I love the whole YouTube thing. And just because I don't upload daily doesn't mean that I'm like not liking it. It's not that at all. The only reason I don't upload daily is because I need to get my shit together. At the moment, I've got college Monday to Friday. I have Wednesdays off. And I'm working from 6:30 till 9:30 every night, Tuesday to Friday. So the only days I have free are Wednesday until the evening where I work, and then Saturday and Sunday. This is, again, not excuses. There's other people who do other YouTubers who go to university and still upload daily, and I should be able to upload daily. There's nothing stopping me. It's just things making it harder, but I'm not used to it. These people have been doing it for years. Like, I'm not used to uploading daily when you have such so much other shit going on, if that makes sense. And I've got a load of assignments at the moment, which is really stressing me out. And in fact, I've got an assignment during tomorrow, and instead I'm doing a podcast. So, you see what my priorities are, really. But I'm just, trying to upload daily, but I'm not trying hard enough. And I will do my absolute best to get as many videos as I can out, as many times, as trying to keep up a consistent daily schedule for, as well. I'm trying to keep it up as well as I can, and I'm stuttering a lot because, again, this is my first podcast and it's difficult, but that's what I'm trying to do. And it will come to a point where I'm just going to be like, fuck it, daily, no questions asked, prioritize it over everything daily. But right now, I've got coursework to prioritize, etc., and it's kind of hard to do daily, but I will be trying my best, and I'm trying my best. That's all I can say, really. And that answers that. So moving on to the next topic, which completely moves away from YouTube, etc. It is school, university, college, and apprenticeships. Now, a lot of you maybe are in school, college, I don't know really the age range. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are sort of around my age or a couple of years below. I don't know if anyone older than me watches my videos. I don't know. I really have no idea. I only know some of you. I only know the people who comment. So, and I don't even know their age. So you guys could be however old, but I'm pretty sure most of you are just in school or college. Right now, I am in college, but I have been to school, obviously, and I've had an apprenticeship, and I'm in college, and I'm thinking about university. So all of these I want to talk about because it's it's something that it's never really been a strong point. I've never been academically good. I've never been academically good, if that makes sense, which kind of just proves my poor academic ability. But back in school, in my first primary school, I used to fuck about so much, too much. And it's okay in primary school, when you're how old are you in primary school? 10 or 9, 11, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's okay back then because nothing, you get your SATs, but SATs aren't really anything. And yeah, I just fucked about so much. Me and my mates, we used to think we were hard, arguing with the teachers and that when I was 10 years old. It's cringy now, but I had a good time. I loved my primary school. I did it at the time. I love it now, thinking back on it, and I miss it. I miss it a lot, to be honest. But yeah, I always used to fuck with the teachers. We'd go to the head teacher's office and we'd be all hard. It wouldn't be hard. We'd just try to act hard. We'd be oh, why are we I don't know how, I don't even have to put it. We used to argue all the time with the teachers. They used to hate us. And it's bad. Don't take after me if you're in primary school. I don't know if any of you are in primary school, but if you are, don't do that. But then again, it doesn't really matter because primary school there's nothing really important about it. It's just sort of more of a social thing, and you just learn the basics of everything. And it all kicks off really when it gets to high school. That's when it gets important. You should really just knuckle down and get on with your shit. But high school, nothing changed. I still was a dick. I wasn't a dick, I was just a dick to teachers, oh god, we had this teacher called Mr. Henry in my high school, and he just looked really weird. He had, bug eyes, and he had, a really weird face. He was just annoying, and it was the first time he came in, me and my mates just destroyed him, oh my god. And from that point on, he hated us, and it really backfired, it really just, I got karma, basically. I got an E in history when I did my GCSEs, and he was my history teacher, so yeah, I failed that class very badly, and I deserved it. I never really paid attention in his lessons. I used to fuck about so much, and I fucked about through my entirety of high school. Do I regret it? No, because I don't really regret many things in life, because I think you learn from a lot of your mistakes. I mean, I've learned from that, and now in college, I'm trying my best to knuckle down and get on with my work. I don't really fuck about in college. I mean, I fuck about with my mates, but in class time, I just kind of just knuckle down and get on with my work as best as I can. Yeah, so it's different. In high school, I've learned from high school that fucking about really does fuck you over. So my GCSEs were, the most important ones, science, I got a C, which I was happy with. Maths, I got a C. Business, I got a B. RE, I got a B. And then geography, I got a D. History, E, which is shit, but I kind of expected it. And I'm kind of surprised I didn't get an F, but, and what's the other one? Spanish, I got an F. I just could not learn another language. Spanish was the worst subject by a mile. I fucking hated Spanish. And what else was there? What other subjects are there? I don't know if there's anything else. There probably is one that I'm just missing out that I'm stupid not to remember. I'm trying to think. Nope, no idea, and I don't want to waste too much time on it. But yeah, so that's the way my high school life kind of went down. And I kind of wish I had a tissue because my nose is proper itching, but there's no tissues in sight. Oh wait, yeah, there's one here. That's okay. So excuse me. Yeah, so just did that on the podcast, but my nose is itchy and it's pissing me off. And I'm gonna have a drink quickly. Right, so that's kind of school and college covered, and university. Like, okay, so I don't know if I should go to university. I want to go to university, but I don't know if it's something I should do. That is because I don't know what I want to do when I'm older. So if someone came up to me and said, like, my nose is so itchy, it's doing my head in. So if someone came up to me and said, Max, you could have any job in the world, what would you have? I would instantly go for, I think I'll go for, I have a few things in my head. I'm trying to think of what I like the most. I'd love to be like a footballer. I think that'd be awesome to be a footballer because, like, you get paid unreal amounts of money, and I absolutely love football. And if I was just good enough to be a footballer for like a Premier League team, I think that would be so. Let me check closer. I think that'd be so sick. But realistically, because that's never, ever, ever not possible, ever, no, not in this lifetime, gonna happen. I'm nowhere near good enough for football to even dream about being a fucking professional footballer. So realistically, my ideal job, I think a job that would just be absolutely fucking awesome, I'm pretty sure most people who do YouTube probably agree with this, would be YouTube. And it would just be so cool to have to do YouTube as a job, purely because you could just focus all your time on the thing that I love the most. The thing I love the most right now is doing YouTube videos, that and football, but, you know, football's like a sport. The thing I like, the hobby, football's a hobby as well. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I absolutely adore doing YouTube videos. So, I'm just checking the battery, not my phone to die, and I lose all my notes, and then I'm kind of fucked. So, I love doing YouTube, and let me check the time. Oh, okay, got about 15 minutes. So, I love doing YouTube videos. I absolutely love making them, and I started because of Far From Film. So, well, no, I didn't, because I started my YouTube channels before I even watched Matt from Far From Film. But they were shit. The reason I've properly started and really stuck at it and going for it is because of Far From Film. So, Matt, I used to go to school with. I think he still goes to that school. He does sixth form, but I've moved on to college, did an apprenticeship, etc. Yeah, so I always used to watch his videos in school. Not as much as I do now, but back in school, like, me and Matt, we were friends. Like, we never really hang out together. But yeah, like, sometimes I'll go to my mate's house. I've just told you where he lives. Yeah, that's probably gonna have to get cut out. Let me look at the timestamp for that. I don't know if he. Here we go. So about around 23 minutes. Let me just jot that down. So 23 minutes. Just because I don't know if he wants people to know where he lives. I don't know if he does it, if he cares or not. But I'm not the person to say that. So I'm going to cut that bit out. I just said where he lives. So yeah, so when I go to my mate's house, my mate lives really close to Matt's. We like all play football together and that. So I was always like friends with Matt, but we weren't like amazing friends that always hang around together. Anyway, besides the point, that's me going off on another tangent. Yeah, so he had a YouTube channel, and this is back when Matt was chubby, so it was just like, it's crazy how much he's changed from then, but yeah, this is back when Matt was like chubby, so he used to make YouTube videos, and when I first found out about his YouTube channel, I was like, this is sick, like, this is cool, like, he's got like a good amount of subscribers, and he's just making videos, and it's awesome. I can't remember how many subs he had back then, I can't remember at all, anyway, and I actually gave him the nickname of Gibby. I don't know if any of you watch iCarly, but he looked a lot like Gibby, and I was like, you know, you're Gibby. That's cool, Matt. You're Gibby. You're not Matt, Gibby. And I literally called him Gibby for like all the years of high school. I never used to call him Matt until now, because he's lost weight. I can't call him Gibby anymore because it doesn't make sense. So unfortunately, the Gibby name has passed on, and I have to call him Matt, which is unfortunate because I did like the Gibby name. Gibby was a good name. Regardless, I can't remember what I was like meant to be talking about. What was the question? Like I said, this is going to be a shit podcast because I'm not used to this at all. Okay. The reason I started my YouTube channel, I think it's the inspiration for this channel. It was because of Matt. So I used to watch that. I used to think it's awesome, but I never wanted to get into YouTube because I was scared. Because when you start a YouTube channel, people take the piss, and I'm sure a lot of YouTubers like agree with this. You start a YouTube channel, it's a bit out of the ordinary, you know, it's to get in front of a camera, make videos, it's kind of like people laugh at it and they take the piss, and I cared a lot back then, like, if people took the piss, I used to care a lot about what other people think, etc., But like now, I cannot give a single fuck if what anyone thinks at all. I want people to think nice of me, but I don't care if like someone looks at my YouTube channel and goes, "Oh, that's like stupid" or whatever. I don't give a fuck at all. Hence why I started the channel, and I love it, and it's going so well because I'm not scared to act like myself, if that makes sense. So it was because of Matt I actually made a YouTube channel. I can't remember what I'm dating this back to. I think this came off something that I said, and it was meant to link to Matt. Can't really remember, so I'm sorry about that. Like I said, again, this is a shit podcast, but it's just me trying to do an episode of a podcast. It will get better and better as it starts to get easier to talk about shit, if that makes sense. Anyway, moving on from that, Matt was my inspiration, and I thank him so much, and you're a lad, Matt. Wanted to make that clear. And I'm sorry, I was meant to talk about something, but I completely forgot, and I don't want to think too much about it, because then it'll be silence on the podcast, and we don't like silence on the podcast. So, next, apprenticeships, yes. So, do I want to talk about apprenticeships? Quickly then, if anyone's thinking of doing an apprenticeship, think more critically than you were, because I thought, okay, apprenticeship, I'll get paid some money, and this is obviously the first time I've made when I started my apprenticeship, that was the first time I made money from a job. So I was like, this is awesome. Like, while everyone's at college working, and I'll just take an apprenticeship, it'd be fine. But no, it wasn't. It was good, and I learned a lot from it, but it was 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, every day, except for Saturday and Sunday. And it's through all the holidays, and that's when my mates were off and that I was working. Yeah, I was making money, but I mean, big deal. I'd rather have free time and go to college and socialize. My whole social life went out the window. I only had friends from my high school, and it got shorter group of friends, a smaller group of friends. After high school ended, a lot of your friends, if you're like me, you had a big group of friends, yeah, 3/4 of them are gonna go when you leave high school, so don't count too much on that. But I still have my close friends, and that was the only friends I really had then. I had a friend at work and that, but they were a lot older than me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Really think about if you're gonna do an apprenticeship, you're yes, be easy. It's like a cop out almost. It's not. It's harder than you think. You've still got to do college work because you go to college 1 day a week. And 1 day a week at college isn't enough to make friends. I only made 2 friends in college when I went 1 day a week. And that was some guy in my class and then his group of friends. But regardless, I mean, it might be different for me than it is for you. But apprenticeships, they're good. And they're good if it's something you really, if it's a line of work you really want to get into. Say you want to be a fucking accountant. If you can get to an accountancy apprenticeship, that's awesome. It's going to be amazing for you. But for me, I have no idea what I want to do. Oh, I remember what I was talking about Matt now, saying the perfect job. Yeah, the perfect job. That's what I was talking about. So the perfect job would be YouTube, and I've already talked about that, so I'm not going to go back into that. Regardless. Moving on, staying on the topic of apprenticeships. Yeah, so what time is it? Oh, it's 10 to 6. So I'm probably going to go in 5 minutes time because I need to get ready. I'm sort of ready, but I'm still wearing tracksuit bottoms. I need to get to my jeans. Anyway. Yeah, so, let me have a drink quickly. Right. So yeah, think about apprenticeships, really think about it. I don't know if any of you are in that stage where you're deciding what to go on to after high school. Really think about it, because the second half of my apprenticeship was not nice. It was kind of a grind. But yeah, that's just, it is what it is. It might be different for you guys. For me, that's what it was like, but like I said, it could be different for you guys. I'm just trying to help as much as I can, but I don't really know much, so I can't really help as much as I'd like to, if that makes sense. You get the gist. Moving on. Games I want to get and upload to my channel. So moving on to a bit of a lighter subject than college, work, school, blah, 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 all this important shit. Games. So, Battlefront has came out. Do I want to get it? No. Why? Because I played Battlefront 1 and 2. They were amazing, and they were my childhood games, but Battlefront 3, I'm losing track. Battlefront 3, I played the beta, I wasn't too keen. It's not really like the other Battlefronts at all. So, no, I don't really want to get Battlefront. I might get it when it's cheap, and then I might put it on my channel, but it's not something that's going to happen, kind of, unless you guys really want it to happen. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you've been watching this far, and you're planning on leaving a comment, just put 10. Just put the number 10 and then your comment of whatever you want to leave. Just so I know if any of you actually got this far into the podcast. If you're going to leave a comment, just put the number 10 and then your comment. Just so I know oh, he got this far in the podcast. That'd be awesome. So, regardless. Okay, what was I going to say? Battlefront. So Just Cause 3, that has came out. I love Just Cause 2. I never played Just Cause 1, but I loved Just Cause 2. And Just Cause 3 just looks so sick. I'm definitely getting that. Definitely going to upload it to my channel. And also, this arrived, my Elgato Gaming chat cable. That arrived, which is sick because I really wanted that. Because I broke the other one by uppercutting my controller while I got angry. Haven't raged since, actually. I've been keeping my rage down very, very well. So this is going to be good for playing with friends, etc. and shit like that. Anyway, what other games are coming out? So we got that. We've got DLC for Call of Duty. I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty at the moment because I just love the game. And you guys seem to enjoy the content as well. So hopefully we can just keep that going. FIFA, I don't want to be too much of a FIFA YouTuber, so I don't upload a lot of FIFA, but there's a game mode on FIFA called Pro Clubs where everyone has their own player, and it's just really funny, so I might record playing that with my mates, because it's just funny, and it'll just be a good time, so that'll probably happen. And what other games are there that are coming out? What other games are there? There's Battlefront, FIFA. There's some other games that are coming out. I can't remember what they're called. I want to get Until Dawn. I want to play that. I haven't played that at all. I haven't even looked at any gameplay, but I've heard it's good and it's scary, and we all love good, scary games, so I want to give that a go. So that'd be sick. So yeah, Rocket League, more of that. Those are games I want to play on my channel, but Just Cause 3 is a big one that I really, really want to play. So let's see what is next. We've got Black Ops 3. I've already talked about that, though. I've got Boom Beach. Why have I got Boom Beach? Right, basically, you might have played Boom Beach, the app, if I can show you guys. I don't know if it's going to focus. I'll just load it up here. What am I doing? This is Boom Beach. So, basically, I don't know if you guys can see that properly because my laptop away because I don't want any distractions. I don't know if you can see that, if it's focused. But yeah, this is game on the phone. Download it. If you download it, let me know you've downloaded it, and we can join my task force, like a clan thing. This is so stupid. Just join it, and we'll play together. And that's something small I wanted to mention. And it's just cool. It's a cool game. I'm kind of addicted to it at the moment. So I just want to see if it's my laptop, if I'm back in focus after that, because that could have fucked a whole lot of shit. Where's my mouse? This mouse is really. I've got a new mouse, by the way. It's really sensitive. Right, I just realised the screen is really dark. Let's turn it back this way. Wow, this is really fucking dark. That's shit, because there's... Oh, fuck. Okay. So, yeah, if you've been watching this, I'm sorry how dark this is. I might just notch up the brightness while I edit, but yeah. That's annoying. Regardless, it's okay. You meant to just listen to this anyway. You don't really need to watch it. But yeah. Moving on, and this has been a shit podcast, I know, and I do need to go nowish, really. Last thing I wanted to talk about was closed-minded people and the Syria situation. I don't want to get too political because I am a very opinionated person. I'm very a very opinionated person. I don't want to get too much into politics, etc., because I don't want to, it's quite a touchy subject, especially what's going on right now with everything. Yeah, so, all I want to say is, I've seen some people who are like, fuck Syria, bomb Syria, fuck ISIS, all of that. Now, it's not very smart. Okay, all I want to say, and like I said, I just really want to skim this topic. I do not want to touch on it too hard. All I want to say is, think, because... Imagine if the tables were turned. I just want to say this. Imagine if you were living in Syria. ISIS were in Syria. And I know ISIS are attacking Syrian people. And ISIS are fucking shit up left, right, and centre. I'm not going to get into ISIS too much because I have very strong opinions on that as well. And I don't want to really... I shouldn't even be touching on this topic at all. And I did... In fact, when Paris got attacked, I made the video on it. And I was halfway through uploading it. And I cancelled the upload because I wasn't happy with it. It was my opinions. I was truthful, but... It was just touchy, and I did not want to get into all of that, because you shouldn't really, when you have people, watching it, that I could offend someone badly, it's not really offensive in the video, but it's just, I was very opinionated about it, and it wasn't something I wanted to upload, so I cancelled the upload. Anyway, back to the situation I was talking about. All the shit that's going on in Syria and that, you just really need to sit and think about it. If it's not, if you're one of those people who just oh, whatever happens in the world, I don't care about, then carry on, whatever, that's fine. If you're young, don't even, think about it. If you're around my age or something, you're thinking about it, and it's just kind of not really easy on your mind very well. Or if you're one of those people who are fuck Syria, bomb Syria, just think, I mean... When we say we're going to bomb ISIS, I know they say we're targeting ISIS locations, we're targeting their oil their oil fields and shit, because obviously ISIS are selling oil to different countries. That's how they're getting funded, etc. They say like, oh, we're targeting ISIS and that, and we're only going to drop bombs on targeted areas. It doesn't work like that. People get killed in these. Syrian people, innocent Syrian people are getting killed in these attacks. And I honestly think if you're one of those people like, fuck Syria, fuck this, fucking bomb, fuck, whatever. I've seen some people like that on Facebook. If you're one of those people, just take a second to sit the fuck down and think about it, because if that was you in that situation, you wouldn't want another country dropping bombs all over your shit, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to get into it at all. I could talk about a lot. I could talk about ages about that. I'm not going to get into it at all. That's just all I wanted to say, really, guys. Just don't be an idiot. Really think about the situation. Obviously, there was a debate. I live in the UK. There was a debate in the House of Commons about whether or not we should bomb Syria. And the majority wanted to bomb Syria. So that's happened. I don't agree with it at all. But, I mean, it is what it is. What can I do about it? I just like to talk about it every now and again, and like I said, I'm very opinionated. I don't even have to say that words. That's my academic ability failing me again, but it is what it is, guys. So, I mean, I just wanted you guys to think about that, if you were thinking about that, if that was something that's playing on your mind. If you want to leave a comment about it, whatever, that's fine. And I'm probably going to have to end the podcast here because it's 6 o'clock and my uncle's going to come within the next, 2 minutes. And I need to get some jeans on and get changed and shit. So, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. I know it was only 36 minutes long. It's still long, but I wanted it to be about an hour. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this. If you want to see more, well, I'm going to make more regardless. So I'm going to make one a week. I'm going to do my best to make one a week. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you've watched all of it, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget what I said earlier in the podcast about what to leave ahead of your comment. And that's it, guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. And please subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.